from the County Public Library. Now, in conjunction with our free comic book day, we are also going to give out kits called Create Your Own Comic Book. So this is what the kits look like, and it's one per person. And each kit includes a blank comic book. It's like this. It's got a nice cardstock cover and a bunch of blank pages. And you will have, as you can see, a little 6-inch ruler and a pencil. And we also have some information for you. So this just tells you what's in the kit and has a couple of books that we have in the library. I'll show you some more. These are speech balloon templates. You can either cut them out and use them, or you can actually put them underneath the page and trace. Because it'll show through enough for you to be able to trace onto the paper. And just some ideas of different panel arrangements. You can either use each page as a one whole big panel, or you can divide them up in these different panel arrangements, whether it's 2 panels or 3 or 4, all the way up to like 9 different panels. And that's what the pencil and ruler are for, to help you design panels on your pages if you wish. Okay? Now, what do you write? You can write just about anything. Now, a lot of people, if you've been reading comics, maybe you know about superhero comics, but you can do all kinds of stories. I've got some samples here from when I was a school librarian and some of my students did comics. One project we had was basically explaining something. And so a couple of my students decided to explain the number pi. This one was like full page. Here they drew their own panels. They didn't fill the whole book, but they had some really fun information in there. And you can see they were writing pi as far as they could go. But you can see they, like I said, they just drew, and they had some that were, like 2 small ones here, and then a very narrow one here, and so on. So you can create your own panels, it doesn't matter. Another group of students, their cover got a little bit messed up, but they decided to do a history story based on historical fact, but they turned themselves into time-traveling villains. And so you can see how they even drew like curved panels. You can do anything you like. There were 3 girls who worked together on this, and they were pretty awesome. And they couldn't finish all the inking, so as you go on, it's all in pencil. But you can see, how much work they put into that. And that was a lot of fun. Sometimes they didn't even use the book. They just used paper and drew their own story, just like this. This is one complete story done by one of my students. So, and this one is about a stray cat who finally finds a home. So the first page is so sad, but then you get the ending. I just love that last panel. So you can do just about anything. We have books. The 2 that I mentioned on the paper in the kit are Comics Easy as ABC, which is here in the children's department. And it just gives you all kinds of different ways that you can draw different faces using basic shapes. Here's, doing different like cats, doing cars, all kinds of things. And just, how simple you can do that. Even just using like circles and triangles and squares. You can do stick figures. You can do anything you want. And then drawing words and writing pictures. This is in our young adult services nonfiction area. And this one is actually a little bit more intense, but gives a lot of good information. And we have other books here as well. This is another one that is in the children's nonfiction department. This one is Comic Book Skills Lab. Another fun one, Adventures in Cartooning. And the creators, I should say, James Sturm, Andrew Arnold, and Alexis Frederick Frost put this together. And they did their own story, but they also give like some different ideas in the back. And you can see the simple type of characters that they draw. There are a few in the adult section. This is one that is in our adult section, and this is called Cartooning, the best one-stop guide to drawing cartoons, caricatures, comic strips, and manga. And this, again, gives you different techniques, how to pose your characters, how to draw comic strips, just all different kinds of ideas. And we have more books here in children's and out in the adult department as well to get you started, or you can go online, and I know you'll find a lot of information out there. But just basically, you can do anything. You can do your, talk about your own life, what happened today, or a certain silly thing that might have happened, or like the worst birthday ever. Things like that. Any kind of idea that you can do, you can put into a comic book and create your own. Now, there's something else that you can do too, and it doesn't take a whole book. So once you fill up this book, if you still want to do some more, you can actually make mini books, mini comics. This is one that was actually published online for people to print out and fold up at the beginning of our COVID closures. This was done by a correspondent for National Public Radio, and her name is Malaka Garib. And she did it so that it would be just like this. And when you fold it, so you're just using one sheet of letter-sized paper. You fold it in half lengthwise, open it up, fold it in half like so, and then you're going to fold each edge, each of these short edges into that center fold. Like that. Then you're going to open it up and fold back in half like this. And you need scissors. And you're going to cut along that crease just from the folded edge just to where the vertical and horizontal lines meet. So you have it like that. You see that cut in the middle? And then you can fold back along here. And you have your mini comic. And I just did it on blank paper. And what I did was, so here's your front, then your page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back, so that when you open it up, you'll see where you need to do your story so that it'll be in the right order when you fold it. So, and that is something you can do with just any blank sheet of paper, litter-size paper. So I hope you have fun. Create your own comics. Do your own stories. Like I said, it could be anything. It could be a series of pictures. It doesn't have to have words. You can do stick figures, anything. Use simple shapes, circles, like I said, circles, squares, triangles. Just have some fun. Just enjoy and do something. Happy Free Comic Book Day.